Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Marina. I'm Russian, but you know what? Today I'm not going to discuss things related to Russia as I usually do. Today I want to discuss the problems of having a panic attack. I want to share my personal experience in fighting with panic attacks. Because, yeah, maybe you'll be surprised to know that I've been suffering from panic attacks for quite some time already, and I did figure out some of the useful tips for myself to get rid of the panic attacks and to fight with them whenever I'm having them. So here are the things that I want to tell you. First of all, guys, when you're having a panic attack, you should understand that no matter how severe your condition is when you're in a panic attack, it will not have any effect on your physical condition, on your body. Though you're feeling like you're suffocating and not getting enough air, it doesn't mean that you're having any lung problems. No lung problems. Everything is okay. Though you might seem that your heart is beating so fast that it's just going to jump out of your chest. No, you're not gonna have a heart attack. Like, you're not gonna die because of the panic attack. You should make it clear for yourself in order not to be afraid of your panic attack. It will not cause you any physical harm. Second thing that I want to say, you should understand that a panic attack is something caused by your brain activity. That's how your brain reacts to the stresses that you're getting every day in your life. I will just give you a little story to explain what I mean. I was having a very severe panic attack once, and at that time, I didn't even realize that it was a panic attack that I was having. I was thinking that maybe it's because of my stomach, I don't know, some stomach flu, or maybe it's because I had a rise in my blood pressure, or maybe something else. So I was just going through this panic attack and thinking that, like, the previous one I had was only like a few days before that. And then suddenly I got so angry at myself, I don't know, at this whole situation, that I was just, I gathered all of my inner power, and I was just sitting there and saying to myself that this is going to stop right now. I'm gonna feel better. I'm not gonna feel this miserable anymore, and I was just saying it to myself with all the strength that I had inside of me. And at the same time, I tried to imagine a picture of me being absolutely healthy and fine, like without all those symptoms. And you know what? Suddenly, like, phew, everything stopped. Like 1 minute ago, I was feeling like I'm gonna die. And then another minute, I'm feeling absolutely fine. I was so amazed at that time. I realized two things that evening. I understood that what was happening with me was a panic attack, first of all. And the second thing that I understood is that all of that was happening to me was because of my brain. That my brain was actually responsible for all those terrible things that I was going through. So in this connection, you should understand that as all of this is because of your brain, of some things, some processes that are going on inside your head. um, your brain and your thoughts are also able to stop your panic attack. Yeah, that's what I want to say. You are capable of stopping your panic attack with your thoughts, with your attitude. So keep that in mind. Yes, of course, it's not easy. It's definitely not easy. If it would be so easy, people wouldn't suffer from panic attacks for such a long time. But it's possible. Another thing that you should understand, that there's always something that triggers your panic attack. And though at first it seems to you that it just happens suddenly and nothing preceded it, like nothing happened before it to provoke it, actually, like, if you would think more about the situation, if you would compare your panic attacks and what happened, what else you had before them, you might find a pattern here. Um, like, you know, when I just started having panic attacks, I was thinking, you know, like I had a wonderful day. Everything was okay. I felt so happy and loved, you know, tired a bit. Yes, probably. Yeah, I was tired. But why in the hell did I have a panic attack in the evening of such a wonderful day and a severe one? And you know, later on, when I started to analyze like things that were happening in my life, I understood that for me, two things actually trigger panic attacks: stress and being physically tired, physically exhausted. Like those two things trigger my panic attacks, but you know, very kind of, you know, a weird way. Whenever I'm having a stress, I will never have a panic attack. I guess because my body kind of keeps me going on adrenaline. And for a few days after that, I won't have any panic attacks. But as soon as I will start to forget this problem, and I will, you know, I will let this problem go. I will relax. If at that moment I will be tired physically, I will definitely have a panic attack. So for me, a panic attack is something like an after effect of the stresses that I had previously. So yeah, it might seem that the panic attack is not connected to the stress because the stress happened like a week ago and I'm having a panic attack like a week later. But in actually like in real life it's actually, but actually they are related. So try to find things that actually trigger your panic attacks here. You know, concerning my situation, you know what I did when I first kind of, you know, understood that? I said to myself, I should get rid of stress. Yeah, that's what I should do. A life without stress. That will make me forget about my panic attacks. That's what I thought. And I started buying different types of herbal, you know, syrups, of some teas, pills that are, you know, supposed to keep me calm and happy. But the thing is that none of that stuff actually worked. But the thing is that I was using only that stuff that is sold everywhere without prescription, just available for everyone. So nothing worked. Nothing worked, and I realized after some time that that actually, you know, having two old parents, having two kids, and having a husband and a dog, I will always have something happening in my life. I won't be able to live a life without stress. So the only thing left for me is to adjust my attitude towards it, not to worry so much, just to, you know, to be more calm inside, to be more, um, to rely, you know, on God and His love for me, to kind of to be more definite that everything's gonna be okay in the end. That's what I should do. And I should rest more. Yes, I should take care more about my body. I should try to find different ways to relax other than trying to keep myself calm. Yeah. Not to let too much stress accumulate at once. Yeah. When you feel that a panic attack is about to happen, like, you know, when you feel that you have some inner turmoil going on, something is not right, like yes, you're definite to have a panic attack, it's starting. Try to distract yourself with all possible means to distract yourself physically and mentally. And here you should try various things. Just try everything that's possible for you. I don't know, maybe doing embroidery or knitting or solving mathematical problems, or maybe, I don't know, dancing, listening to music, to your favorite music, maybe calling a friend, or watching a movie, taking a shower. Actually, taking a shower is a pretty good solution, especially if you like taking a shower that you combine cold water and then hot water and then cold water and then hot water. It kind of, you know, does distract you very well. Here you probably ask me, what do I do in that situation? Well, yes, I have figured out my own pattern to distract myself. Usually I'm making myself a big cup of tea, and I'm taking something chocolate, like, chocolate candy or just a piece of chocolate, and I'm taking a bowl with kinetic sand. Yes, don't be surprised. And I'm just sitting there in my kitchen and I'm sipping the tea together with this chocolate. I'm just eating this chocolate slowly by little bits. And I'm mincing my kinetic sand. And while I'm doing all this, I'm trying to put my mind in a state of nimbus. Like I'm trying to get rid of all my thoughts and to make my mind, you know, go to sleep. Probably a word meditation will describe this state better of all, like best of all. Yeah, so I'm sort of sitting there meditating. And usually when my husband sees me do that, he understands that I'm about to have a panic attack. He understands that, yeah, well, better leave me alone. Yeah. So that is something that helps me not to have a panic attack. One more thing that I wanted to point out is that sometimes you should listen to your body more, because sometimes your body sends out messages to you to do something to avoid having a panic attack. Like I noticed that I usually feel sleepy 2, 3 hours before I'm having a panic attack. And if at that moment I will let myself take a nap and rest for some time, I will not have a panic attack. But if I will tell myself that, oh no, 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 this is not the right time for taking a nap, I have a family to take care of, like my kids' homework is still undone, and supper has to be prepared, and blah, 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 blah. Well, I am definite to have a panic attack in the evening. Yeah. So that's what works for me. So do be patient and do be more attentive to yourself. It's very often that when people are having panic attacks, they're having problems with breathing. Like you're breathing very hard as if you're not getting enough air. And at that times, the thing that you want to do most is to rush to your window, open it widely, and just, breathe in as much air as possible. Don't do that. It will only make your condition worse. I've read lots of articles and I've heard many people say about that. On the contrary, when you're having a panic attack, you should limit the amount of oxygen that you're breathing in. And to do that, you should take a bag and breathe into your bag. It can be a paper bag, a plastic bag, I don't know, any bag. I guess you've seen it many times in movies when people take a bag and they're just breathing into a bag. If you don't want to use a bag, if you don't have a bag or there's just too many people around and you don't want to attract attention to yourself and to your condition, you can simply do like that. Yes, quietly breathe into your clothes or into a scarf. Or if you're at home, you can just lay down and cover yourself with a blanket and breathe into a blanket or into a towel. So just use whatever you have at hand. And one more last thing, but a very important one that I wanted to say is that there are, like, I found out that there are two types of pills that can actually help you fight with a panic attack. And those pills are available everyone, like everywhere and for everyone. Antihistamine, anti-allergic pills can help you whenever you're having a panic attack. I tried it many times myself because I'm allergic to some things and I also have anti-allergic pills at hand. And I can say that yes, I tried drinking those pills when I had panic attacks. And yes, they do work. I read in one article that those pills, they kind of block some parts in your brain that are also responsible for having a panic attack. Yeah, frankly, I'm telling you that yes, I've seen it in an article. And then I also I've seen one YouTuber, a girl who said that she was having panic attacks, but she didn't know that it was panic attacks. She thought that it was some sort of an allergy, and she was just taking those pills, and they worked, surprisingly. So yes, try taking anti-allergic pills, any type of them, and see if they will help you as well as they have helped me. Another type of pills that might also work in a similar way is, those pills that help to fight with travel sickness. The ones that people take not to have air sickness or like sea sickness or car sickness. They also work in a similar way. They block some parts of your brain that are, working hard whenever you're having a panic attack. But frankly speaking, I've never tried those ones, so I cannot really like tell you whether they will work or not. Only one thing: do be careful with the dose. Like, do not exceed it, because you understand that any medication that you take has a dosage that's written in the description, right? That you shouldn't exceed. So these were my tips, my little life hacks that I have with fighting against panic attacks. I hope my video was useful to you and will be able to help you fight with your panic attacks. I will be very grateful if you would subscribe to my channel. As for now, I wish you all to stay physically and mentally healthy. Love you and have a good day. Bye.